Hello everyone. I have two more signs to do, Pisces and Leo. So I'm going to do Pisces first because that's the card that I was given. I wanted to say welcome to all the new subscribers. Thanks for tuning in. I'm trying to get these all done so then every sign has their own special little thing. What is the love story for the sign of Pisces? I switched up and made a Healing Light tarot deck. What is the love story for the sign of Pisces? What is the love story for the sign of Pisces? Alright, looks like we're starting. So far we have someone is kind of reminiscing a little bit. Maybe somebody has some new love in their life and you're kind of like at that innocent stage. But in the past, maybe this person wasn't the nicest to you. They were pretty mean on purpose. There's going to be balance brought to your life. Things will be balanced out. And I feel like someone wants to either move in with you or... No, this is the rest. So maybe you and this other person are kind of sitting back and, you know, at that point where you feel like you don't know if you want to stay or go, but you're still kind of like retreating and resting and recovering from some of the things that you've been through. Because someone just feels like they want to give up. They felt like they put a lot of time into someone and they don't really see the, they're not really seeing the benefits or like the fruits of their labor pretty much. Even though you do have someone who is really nurturing and supportive and healing for you, you might be a little bit closed off emotionally. And you feeling really kind of self-defensive against people, and you might be feeling like you want to walk away because someone really let you down in the past and they made you feel really depressed and disappointed with them, and a new start wasn't able to happen. Even though they do really love you and they're really attracted to you. There will be victory with this, and there will be recognition for all the work that you put in. It's time to have a little bit of self-confidence in this situation because there is a new start that someone wants to have with you. Maybe an earth sign. And you guys are at the reciprocity level where it's an equal give and take. And there is someone that's kind of fast moving coming in to offer you like a new passionate, you know, adventure kind of thing with them. Even though in the past someone really wasn't working with you the way that you were working with them. And they were really immature, and maybe you guys broke up and there was some codependency. There will be clarity and a restored sense of how you think about the situation. And there might have been some oppression or feeling like you totally avoided a disaster with someone. There is someone who wants this long-term security with you, and it could be an earth sign, possibly a Capricorn. Even though in the past there was some delayed gratification and temporary depression, there might be a new start that quickly comes in fast and goes out fast. Either way, there's still going to be a new romance or something new that's coming in for you, possibly with a fire sign. But in the past, they were struggling a little bit with how they felt, and the way they came across was lazy and immature. You guys are going to be talking about this, and it's going to be a really fast message that comes in about this. And Six of Swords. there will be some kind of transition, whether it's moving towards someone or relocating to a new location. But there is going to be kind of like an immature offer of love that someone wants to give you, because they want something new with you, and they are kind of at that level. I think this card is saying that you need to be very specific about the things that you want and cut out the rest of the things that you don't want in your life, so that your life can move forward in the direction that you want. Because there were some people kind of acting like they wanted to be single, or they still are. And there were some people who were emotionally immature and wearing a false mask that they had a really big ego, when in fact they were really immature with how they felt and how they expressed themselves. There is someone that wants this level of fulfillment with you, this, you know, happy family kind of thing, that you guys are on the right level where it comes to kind of building a foundation. And there is someone who wants to come in and offer you their cup of love, a romantic proposal. And you might be a little bit rude right now with how you're talking to people, but the Queen of Swords also kind of cuts out the bullshit, and she doesn't have time for it. You are on the same level as someone else when it comes to love. You guys are on that marriage, proposal, partnership kind of attraction level with someone, possibly a water sign, or this is just you. But in the past, that came with family trouble and a broken marriage. So you felt like things were over, or maybe things were over with someone. But there is a lesson that you're learning right now. And this might mean that someone does want to, you know, move on or move towards something like an accomplishment level with you. But you are completing a life goal right now. So in the past, there might have been some manipulation or some scattered energy where you're kind of throwing your energy all over the place and maybe into the wrong things and people. And that led to heartbreak and divorce and loss and depression for you. There was a time where you felt like there was a lot of people were lying. There was a lot of unfairness. Some things that just really weren't going your way. So this is kind of talking about keeping and maintaining the boundaries, because this is a test of courage and persistence, and the universe is telling you to stay strong. Because you did have some defeat and separation, maybe some mixed feelings, but you also had a past abusive relationships and some violence going on in your situation. Possibly with this Page of Swords in reverse, who was pretty unable to express the right way with their feelings, and probably came about you in the wrong way. And someone feels like they know that they made the wrong choice and they were kind of careless, but they because they didn't take that leap of faith, they're kind of like without you, and they weren't prepared for how that felt. There is someone who is quick and perceptive and has total logic, and does want, and it kind of represents like clear thinking, or, you know, some kind of good level for you. And it could be someone either coming in for you, or this is kind of what you're taking on, is kind of balancing yourself out. Because you've had a lot of nightmares and grief, and you've had a lot of fear, and you're really worried about some situation in your life, and you've been in your head about it. The Death card comes in, and you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but this represents like big changes. There's endings and rebirth. There might be a transition or some type of elimination that you need to make in your life so that your life can move forward. Because there was, in the past, there was betrayal and dishonesty and a lot of theft, and maybe someone ran away, or there wasn't a divorce or an affair that you had went through. The High Priestess comes in to say that maybe that's why there was no action with this person in the past, and that you need to trust your intuition. And maybe take a second or some time to go within and gain a better perspective so that you can hear your intuition and listen to it to make the right decision. Because you do have someone who is really stable and emotionally balanced that wants to come in and offer you a new beginning. And you will receive the clarity will be coming to you as a message in your dreams. And there will be a new start that's filled with abundance for you. And a new start, or new job, home, or recovery from something that you went through in the past. Possibly with this Page of Wands, person that was really immature and struggling with themselves and probably took it out on you. So someone had to walk away from an abusive situation, either you or this other person, because they were really emotionally abusive and manipulative, and a very just abusive in general, because they're emotionally unbalanced, unable to control themselves. So this might be a missed opportunity or a declined offer, but sometimes it means this is a new outlook, you know, a new way to go about thinking of things. Because you do have someone that wants to work with you, a fire sign that is wants to be on that level with you. And there is somebody in your life that does want this stable commitment with you. And they don't want to be left out in the cold. So maybe it's time to get out of your head a little bit and make a decision about what it is that you want, and make it very clear to other people. Spend some time with your friends. Celebrate, you know, get out in the community, get out of your house. There was some denial in the past. Kind of someone feels like they made the wrong choice. And you and this other person are both trying to make a choice about the situation right now. But you're trying to balance the situation out so that you guys don't have to be stuck and you can move forward in your life. But right now you guys are kind of at the, you're kind of at a stalemate where you're thinking like things aren't really going to move forward, or you don't really know. And you're feeling like kind of depressed about this because you're not sure, you know, and you want to begin something new with someone, or they want to begin something new with you, but they're kind of like working on either their money or just kind of like building a foundation, but they do want to begin something new. And, what was I going to say? The Hermit in reverse is all about, kind of feeling like you're lonely and that you're just repeating your past mistakes. You feel like someone maybe abandoned you, and that you just want to move on. Like you feel like maybe you should move on. But you are going to be speaking your truth, and this other person will be going to be speaking your truth, because there will be a new start that will be offered with this. And you're going to be moving on with forgiveness and hope and recovery from whatever it is that you went through in the past. Especially moving on from people that didn't treat you very well and maybe used you for money, or they were just kind of a fucking bitch in your life. You do have someone who wants to offer you this passionate thing. The King of Wands comes in really fast, but they're like really passionate, and they're bold, and they're courageous, and they're charming, and they want to have a new start with you. Even though maybe you wanted to take a break from this person in the past. Maybe you just want to be like, no, bruh, you know. The universe is telling you to have strength and take control and love yourself, because good things are going to come out of this. And it's time to release yourself from some of this shit that you still have going on in your head and in your heart and in your mind. Some of the things that you're saying to people, it's time to stop. There is someone that wants to move in with you. There is someone who wants to have a celebration, be at that family, friends, wedding level with you. But in the past, they probably were a little promiscuous, and there was some dissatisfaction that came along with that. What are the messages for the sign of Pisces? I'm shuffling the cards, guys. Can you hear it? What are the messages for the sign of Pisces? Shit. If I can shuffle. What are the messages for the sign of Pisces? What are the messages for the sign of Pisces? So I hope everyone is having a good day. It's kind of warming up over yonder where I live. Some of the snow is finally trying to melt so I can trudge my way up to my house, which is like packed with snow. So I think it's time to try to get over some of this feelings of regret that you're going through. It's time to let some of that go. Because there is an earth sign or whoever, you know, maybe the person that you're kind of feeling like you don't know what to do and you're kind of like living in the past a little bit. There's someone that's working on themselves. Someone who is probably a little bit one-sided with you in the past. But there is someone who wants to offer you this new thing. They want a new start with you. Even though maybe they came about it in the wrong way in the past. They were a little bit immature and codependent. They do want to come in and offer you something. So 1616 is what we're stopping this reading at. So that is your love story, Pisces. Have a good day.